28th, yes. So 20th and 21st in South Korea against the Dodgers, 2 games that count. That'll be fun. Ha-Sung Kim, he was in that promo video, so I would think he's not going to get traded, but who the heck knows? San Francisco Giants, 28th through the 31st. 4 games set their first homestand of the regular season for the Padres. Then they have 3 against St. Louis at home, and then they have their first road trip, which is just 3 games. Well, I guess South Korea is the road trip, but that's a big road trip. A lot of air miles there. But 3 games against the Giants, and then they come back home. So there's a lot of home games to start off for the Padres. And what I noticed here is some of the American League opponents. The Blue Jays, I think, is a fun one. The New York Yankees, and these are teams that are going to be at Petco. There's teams like the Angels that the Padres go to, but there's going to be the Mariners coming to town. There's going to be the Minnesota Twins. I'm in Minnesota, so maybe some of my family will be in San Diego for that. We'll see. Detroit, I don't think anyone cares, but the Astros, they come to town. The White Sox come to town. What's with the Padres playing the White Sox late in the year? It feels like every year in September they're playing the White Sox. But yeah, so Blue Jays, Astros, Twins, Yankees, those will be some fun series next season. I did notice in September, the Padres, they don't have to leave the Pacific time zone. The home games, Detroit, well, I guess if you count September, I guess you have to count September 1st. September 1st against the Rays, it's in Tampa. But September 2nd, that's that homestand, so obviously San Diego. Then they go to Seattle, San Francisco, back home, LA, at Arizona to end the year. So that should help. And hopefully the Padres are in a better spot at this time next year. And in September, that will give them maybe an advantage. So there's rest days, obviously. There's a good amount. There's like 5 rest days in the month of September. One's on a Tuesday, a couple on Mondays, a couple on Thursdays. It feels like, just glancing at it, now I'm not comparing this year's schedule to next year, just looking at both at the same time, but it feels like there's more rest days, or not more rest days, but the rest days are more balanced next year. Remember this year, the Padres, they started off the season, I think, with 1 rest day in almost the entire first month of the year. I think I have that correct, or maybe it was 2 rest days. In April next month, or next season, excuse me, they have a rest day for 3 consecutive Thursdays, the 4th, the 11th, and the 18th. So that will help. Might not have to be a 6-man rotation right out of the gate. And then in May, there's rest days, 3 consecutive Thursdays, 4 Thursdays in the month, 4 out of the 5. May 2nd, May 9th, May 16th, May 30th. So there's more balanced rest days here, especially at the beginning of the year. So I think that's good for the Padres, obviously. I know MLB probably made that better for the Padres this next season because of that long trip to South Korea. But I don't care. I mean, it's going to be fun to see them in South Korea. I don't know if I'm going, but it'll be fun to see the Padres and Dodgers playing over there. Ha-Sung Kim getting a lot of love, because we've seen the Mexico thing now, multiple times, and that's cool and all. But seeing him in South Korea, imagine if the Padres have Ohtani. I know he's not going, it's not Japan, but imagine if that happens. That's obviously a pipe dream. I don't see the Padres landing Ohtani, but just imagine if that happens.